Hello, and welcome to the Garden of Grace devotion. My name is Pastor Katie, and I have a super very special guest with me today. I have Miss Laine. Miss Laine is our Assistant Director of Community Schools here at Trinity, and she also teaches a 3-year-old class
Yeah.
in the preschool.
Yeah.
As we have our theme this month with giving thanks for blessings from God, I wanted to engage someone from our preschool. And so I asked Laine if she would join me today from the quilting room so she won't
Yes.
be interrupted. So there's our quilting supplies, some of them behind her. I asked Laine if she would join me today and share with me a little bit about what some of the blessings from God are that she has received and receives through community schools. What do you say, Laine?
So I'm gonna try not to get emotional. But a lot of the blessings are just getting to work with littles and
With little ones?
little ones, sorry.
Yeah.
I have 5 children of my own, and I was in a fog when I was raising them, certainly when they were 3. And so, you always look back at like things that you could have done better, or you wish you would have done or handled better or whatever, or you just don't remember it at all. And so now I get to not I'm not raising these children certainly, but I get to have a hand in it, and I get to love on them, and I get to teach them. And even if it's just being consistent with them, and I'm a face that they see up to 5 days a week, and they know that they'll always get love from me, and they'll always get acceptance and encouragement. Um and that's been fun. And we also have a before and after school program that I've been involved with elementary age kids. And so I'm here at 6:30 in the morning, and I drive some of them to and from school. And some of those kids have grown up in our preschool program. And so that's fun to just watch these kids grow up from, I met some of them when they were 2, and now a couple of them are in 5th grade, and they're about to age out of our program, which is quite sad. But just, I'm so grateful to have been a part of their lives for so long. And I see them and their parents at the grocery store or at the Agavero bus in downtown Lilburn, and just running into families, and there being almost this, oh, you're a part of this club, and this club that I know and love. And that's always fun. There's just so much joy in just in being a part of each other's lives.
It's this
So
community, right?
yes, yes.
This community connection.
Yeah, and I didn't grow up in Lilburn, and I don't think you did. Uh,
No.
so and I've been here for maybe 12 years, but and then I've been at Trinity for 10. And so it has been a huge source of community, and it is always surprising at where you run into people. And um just there's just always so much love and excitement. And it has been a blessing just being able to love on these kiddos as they grow up.
And I saw today, so Miss Laine is filling in this week for Miss Brenda, who's
Yes.
away. She's our director. And so she has a substitute in her class.
I do.
And I was sitting with Miss Laine in Miss Brenda's office, and here goes her little class by with the substitute. And when they saw Miss Laine and they saw her face, they just lit up. They were like,
Yeah.
this is just wonderful. Like, they love you. And you lit up. They love you.
Yeah.
You love them. And I so appreciate what you're saying about the opportunity at a different time in life to be intentional with these children in this age group. Because I think you're so right. When you're in the middle of raising like 2, 3, 4-year olds, I'm not sure. I mean, I know I was awake for most of it,
Right.
but I don't, pretty sure. but, but I didn't, it was just going through it, going through it, going through it. So I love that
Right.
you're able to be intentional as you receive blessings from journeying with these kids, also blessing them. Like there's this phrase about blessed to be a blessing. And I
Yes.
hear
Yeah.
that as what you're talking about. I wonder about some of the conversations on the bus that you must have with some of these kids in the morning and in the afternoon. I bet that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, well, and there's a lot of fighting over who's going to sit next to who on the bus, and they're like first and second graders, and here, sit by me, and so there's a lot of refereeing really quickly before I make sure they're buckled, and every once in a while they'll tell on a friend or tell on a teacher, or I don't know, they'll just be really excited about what's coming up this week in their class. I did learn the hard way that I need to keep the radio station on the fish because because when you have other radio stations turned up and a song comes on that you may or may not know, you've got to like really quickly turn it down real fast. And so never
Yes,
mind, no more radio today.
yes,
I need
yeah.
to
Don't
turn
let
that channel real quick.
right. No unintentional lessons. No
Right,
unintentional.
right. Yeah, I don't want them going home and like them telling their parents, like, listen to what Miss Laine let us listen to today.
I love those opportunities though that you have even on the bus, like to help reshape. I want to sit next to this person. Well, we're all loved. Like those
Right.
moments that you get to interject things that truly, as a parent, a lot of times in those age groups, you just don't, you're just, maybe don't have the
Yeah.
ability or the time. I think that's awesome. And those things
Yeah.
stick.
Well, and
Um,
with some of these parents, so we also have a summer camp. And so with some of these parents, we've been given permission and been invited into um, just joining them in how they parent. So
mhm,
uh, if one of the kids maybe has a little too much energy, they're like, I am all for you making sure that they are still obedient and
mhm.
still doing the things that you've told them to do. And so even on the bus, just, hey, listen, friend, I need you to make sure you don't sit with someone that's going to make you act crazy. Like
That
your
make you
parents have,
tempted to push the boundaries.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes. Your parents have asked me to help you stay out of trouble, and that's what we're going to do. And so, and I always think this is a blessing that just occurred to me. These kids are good kids.
Mhm.
And yes, they're energetic. And yes, they maybe push boundaries and don't always remember the rules, but they're so good because they're still respectful, but they're also still children. And so there is this a level of chaos that's involved in that. But as long as you can handle chaos, you're fine.
Right? Thanks be to God.
Right. Peace be with you.
Yes. So one of the areas that I am, speaking of chaos, if you can handle it, one
Mhm.
of the areas that I am so thankful for is chapel because I
Yes.
get to meet with just so many of these
Yes.
precious children of God at
Very nice.
once.
Yes.
Yes, Pastor Scott and I and Mr. John rotate chapel. And
Yeah.
so at least once a month, I get to meet with like 70 or 80 of these little friends at one time in the
Yes.
sanctuary. And we have a theme for each month.
Mhm.
This month is kindness. Last month was love.
Yes.
And the teachers actually they get things that they can incorporate into their classroom about the theme for the
Right.
month. But one of my favorite things that happened recently related to a chapel didn't even involve me teaching in chapel. I was sitting at my desk last Wednesday and I saw this little lamb come up with his teacher, and he has these little glasses on. He's a sweet little kid. And he went into Pastor Scott's office and he put something down. And I thought, what has happened? And so Pastor Scott shared this with me. It reads, Pastor Scott, your friend Lincoln, your little friend, found your name on the paper towel.
Yeah.
He wanted to show it to you. He learned so much at chapel today. And so here is the paper towel.
Yes. It's amazing. Pastor Scott on a paper towel.
And you've actually heard more about this, haven't you, Miss Laine? He's
I
just excited.
I have. So this friend was in my class last year, and he is the most loving boy who loves to give
Yes.
hugs. And yes, I think last week maybe they were learning about the letter O, and so they realized that Pastor Scott's name had an O in it. And then when our friends went to the bathroom, they saw Scott on the paper towels, and that just excited this little one so much. Matter of fact, so yes, this boy's name is Lincoln, and this week in class, the letter of the week is L. And so we were excited about that, L for Lincoln, but he's excited about Pastor Scott's name being on paper towels. And so, yes, granted, it may not be a lesson that will follow him all of his life, but he is bringing us joy by like these observations of his, and the reminder that like their eyes are open to everything. And so things that don't even occur to us occur to them. And
Yeah.
so I love that they see the world through such different, innocent, excitable eyes. And yeah, it's a good reminder. And I'm glad that it brought the upstairs staff some joy.
Absolutely. I hear you offering that reminder of viewing the world through the eyes of a child,
Mhm.
in a way that's loving and discovering and quick to forgive and
Yes.
um, quick to learn,
Yeah.
quick to laugh, quick to notice a name on paper towel.
And to make such a big deal about it. I don't know how often field trips are made upstairs to your
Not a lot.
office, right? So yes, it was big enough. It was a big enough deal that he wanted to make sure that he shared it.
I don't know of any paper products with the name Katie on them, but maybe
Sorry.
someday there will be. I don't know. Or Laine,
Well, and that could maybe that could be Miss Jeannie's class project, is to make paper products for Pastor Katie.
maybe. Who
There you go.
knows? Maybe tissues. I do a lot of pastoral care. Just saying.
That's true. That's true.
So I just want you to know too, Laine, that as we give thanks to God for blessings, I am deeply thankful for you.
Thank you.
Laine has also journeyed with my children at different times and
Yeah.
has been such a blessing and continues to be. Laine, I believe a light of the Lord shines in you wherever you go. I see it. I'm blessed by it.
Thank
So
you.
I'm thankful for you as you are a blessing to these children and they are a blessing to you. All of you also are a blessing to me. So those of you that are watching today, I invite you to consider where God is blessing you. Perhaps through the lives of children, perhaps at your work, perhaps in your neighborhood. May we be receptive in even the smallest ways to the ways that God is giving blessings to us. And may God's peace be with you today and always. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you for joining us today, Miss Laine.
Thank you so much. We'll see ya.
Bye.